So, hello and welcome. My name's Steve Nobel, and today I'm speaking with Darius Meibodi on psychic attack and black magic. So, Darius graduated in 1994 from the University of Heidelberg Medical School in Germany. He moved to London in 1997, where he practiced oncology medicine for almost 20 years. In 2002, he qualified as a light body integration practitioner, and part of his work is clearing black magic. He left traditional medicine in 2015 in order to fully practice as a healer. He currently lives in south of France and travels frequently for his work to the UK and Mexico. He's available for individual and group sessions in person and via Skype. Hi, Darius.
Hello, Steve. Thanks for having me.
Oh, my pleasure. This is a really juicy subject here. I'm going to jump straight in. Just for our listeners, what is black magic?
Okay, well, let me give you some basic information. There are multiple dimensions of our reality that exist simultaneously, but for most people, their consciousness experiences only one, which is called the third dimension. So daily life happens there, positive as well as negative things. For example, physical or emotional abuse of power. And this third dimension is governed by the classic physical laws, the Newtonian laws. And but some other people know how to access other dimensions. And this ability can be used to exert power over others against their will. So this happens then outside the normal reality of the third dimension, outside the classic physical laws. And that can be called black magic. And it happens in the fourth dimension.
So is black magic the same as psychic attack?
I would say there's very much an overlap. You can say psychic attack is a form of black magic. A psychic attack is basically that you attack someone, so you project certain negative energies and bypassing classic physical laws in order to have an effect of them. So yeah, a psychic attack is one form of black magic.
So if someone thinks they're having a psychic attack, what are the typical signs and symptoms?
Yeah, so this is something, sometimes people know that they have an attack. They can be very sensitive. But for some people, especially if they think that black magic does not exist, it may be difficult to figure that out. And then often the help of someone who knows about black magic and how to deal with that would be very helpful. But it can be that certain situations happen in the person's life that don't make any sense. For example, someone has a wound that is simply not healing, and you go to the doctor and the doctor don't know what to do. Or you have constantly accidents, or you simply don't know how to maintain good relationships, even though you try your best. So if our common knowledge is coming to an end of certain things, that may be a sign that black magic plays a role in what's happening.
Well, so perhaps things like constant bad luck, or feeling stuck or blocked, or perhaps oppressed or held energetically somehow? Yeah,
that can be. I mean, black magic is one of the possibilities. Obviously, there can be a karmic debts play a role with that, but black magic is certainly one thing as well, especially if someone did already a spiritual work in order to address any kind of issues.
Yeah. What about illness, such as like constant headaches or pains in the body? Could that also be, there can be medical issues there, but can it also be a sign of someone just hurling something at them energetically?
It's possible. As I said, it can be very difficult to find, and certainly if someone has any kind of medical symptoms, I would always advocate to look for medical whether to have a medical examination done as well. But if this doesn't come to a conclusion, then certainly black magic may play a role of that.
Yeah. Now, I know in my role as a director of alternatives, we dealt with all kinds of healers and shamans. And of course, in a lot of countries, shamanic practice, it's kind of normal. I guess in Mexico or perhaps Haiti or parts of Africa or, parts of South America, black magic's just a part of life. Something's going on. It might be someone's doing something. It's kind of part of the culture. But in London or New York or, Toronto or something, if you used to say to someone, well, I think you're suffering from black magic, we'd probably look at them a bit, like, what are you talking about? What about the cultural issues about non-believing about stuff like this? It still goes on, doesn't it?
Yeah, the refusal to believe in black magic certainly does not prevent black magic being done on someone, right?
Yeah.
But I agree. In the Western world, the belief in black magic is often seen as ridiculous, and this, of course, helps those who use black magic for their own benefit to keep their practice unseen from others.
Yeah.
You know, if you see that knowledge is power, and if most people are prevented from accessing this knowledge or refuse to access this knowledge because it's seen as ridiculous, then that can help, of course, to keep them under control. You know, but it's certainly in places like London, Rome, Paris. I mean, black magic is rampant. You know, often people in very high power positions use these tools and keep them to themselves.
Absolutely. Now, I know a story of a guy I met who's actually was a shaman. He was a medical anthropologist, and he was sent to Haiti to study something, and he came across voodoo, and he didn't believe in it, and his colleague said, well, do you want to try it out and experiment? And he said sure, and he went along to a voodoo practitioner who did something to him, and he went back to New York, and he was having dinner with his friends and said nothing's happening. You know, this was a set time for him to be doing stuff. Nothing happened. So he said, it is nonsense, I don't believe in it, you know, it's all placebo. But then the next day or the day after, he went home and was struck with chronic headaches and started vomiting, and his friend back in Haiti phoned him and said, sorry, the guy couldn't do it on the designated day, he's doing it now, are you feeling anything? And so then he suddenly realized it's not about placebo, or because a lot of people say, oh, it's all placebo, don't they? It's just if you believe in it or not. But it doesn't matter really whether you, as you say, it doesn't matter whether you believe in it or not. It still can happen.
Yeah, and just like if you refuse to believe in that can actually prevent you from finding appropriate help. You know, if you don't make it one possibility, you know. And I mean, in my practice, because I've been working as a spiritual healer a lot in London too, and in other Western parts of the world, I mean, a lot of people experience black magic attack.
Why would someone actually do this to another person? Is it jealousy, or why would someone do that?
It's I think the use of black magic can give instant gratification or very fast gratification, as opposed to going the white way and evolving spiritually in order to manifest goals. So it can be out of jealousy, it can be the different reasons. I mean, for example, in Mexico where I work a lot, it's not uncommon for people to have love spells. Yeah. Love spells are one part of black magic as well. You make someone, or you want to make someone else fall in love with you who wouldn't do otherwise, right? Yeah. So this is often a thing. And then also, in order to get revenge on people, in order to get fame or fortune. And so this is a very common thing for people to actively participate in black magic.
So there's a kind of distinction, isn't there, between someone saying, I want to attract more love in my life, and doing some energy work and attracting love from the universe, to someone saying, I want Bob or Jane or Fred or whoever to love me.
Absolutely, because what you do in black magic, that you impose your will on others, disrespecting their own free will.
Okay, that's the crossing line. Do you think that there's a psychic attack can also be unconscious? We talked about the kind of conscious, going to a shaman or a juju practitioner or something. But what about just sending hatred towards someone? Is that a form of black magic?
Oh, there's actually, there's like black magic can range from attacks like this, that you just send someone a negative thought, you know, like, I wish you dead, or I wish you're going to break your leg. This is one form of black magic too, a weak one, you know, but obviously that can... The other spectrum would be then that people practice human sacrifice during a ritualistic satanic ceremony in order to get fame and fortune and power.
Yeah, it seems almost unbelievable that someone would do that.
Well, actually, I think there's as the truth is coming out during this time of ascension, we will see more and more. Actually, and something's coming out. You know, if you just look at... let's say a lot of knowledge is available already for those who want to accept the truth.
So how does it work? How can someone actually send consciously black magic or inviting lower frequency forces against someone?
How that functions.
Yeah, how would they do it? What would they kind of do? Would they kind of do? Is it kind of ritualistic? Is it just sitting there meditating, focusing on someone with hatred? How roughly would someone do this kind of thing? I mean, I'm not trying to encourage people to do it. Just to,
yeah, this is. I mean, I think just before we even say these things, I would say there's a price people have to pay for using black magic. You know, you may get instant gratification, but also you certainly sell parts of your soul essence, and you can. You have to accept that you can create a lot of damage to your own soul, whether in this lifetime or in subsequent lifetimes, right?
Yeah.
But it's basically, actually, don't want to go really into detail how to practice black magic.
Okay, fair enough.
Or some people may feel tempted then. Certainly, it's who wants to do that, I'm sure they'll find their ways as well.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, fair enough.
But I think just to understand, it can start happen. It's not immediately that the first step is doing a child sacrifice. It can start very harmless that someone paints a specific geometric pattern on the floor, lights a candle, and writes something on a piece of paper and burns it then, right?
Right.
So it often starts very easily, but it can then there's gentle steps that can ultimately lead to the most horrendous crimes.
Yes, for sure. So let's talk about clearing and releasing. I mean, before we talk about some specific things that can help people, how do you work with clearing these kind of things?
So as I mentioned before, so you can say that black magic happens in the fourth dimension, so one dimension above our normal daily reality. So in my work, in the light body integration work, what I'm doing, I help people to raise their frequency in very structured, short steps. And the aim is basically to raise the consciousness from the third to the fifth dimension. So being in the fifth dimension, which is above the fourth dimension, if you're above the level of black magic cannot have a power over you anymore.
Brilliant. Have you got any tips that you would give someone? How do they protect themselves or clear them or release black magic? If they haven't got access to you immediately, is it something they can do that might help?
I think it's important when people have black magic on them. Often the reality can be distorted as well. I give you an example. I had one client who had black magic on her, and she accused me of doing black magic to her. Right. So I think if someone is affected negatively by black magic, it is often helpful to seek help of someone who is able to deal with that.
Fair enough. All right. Brilliant.
Another thing is, we were going to do that, I think, later. It's good. The practices like daily meditation, asking some high beings like archangels, for example, or Jesus or God for protection. These are very effective tools also to reduce the risk or prevent black magic from happening.
Okay, great. Now, I know you're going to do a meditation for us, Darius, around raising our vibration and help neutralizing, clearing some of this stuff.
That's right, yeah.
I'll pass it over to you, Darius, then.
I start with a meditation, okay?
Okay, brilliant.
I'll just, for you, some information. Many of you will be familiar with the 7 chakras of the body, the base, navel, solar plexus, the heart, throat, brow, and crown chakras. And these are energetic centers that help us to experience the third dimension, our normal reality. In addition, we have other chakras that are outside and above the physical body. These include the alpha and the omega chakras that are 1 hand length above the head and 1 hand length below the base of the spine. And also we have the chakras number 8 to number 14 that are situated further above the head. And they correspond to higher dimensions, specifically, in this case, the dimensions number 4 to 6. The meditation, what we're going to do in a second, is called Unified Chakra Meditation. And in this, we'll merge all these chakras one by one. And we begin by visualizing a brilliant white ball of light at the side of the heart chakra. And with each additional step, this ball of light that has at its center the heart gets bigger and encompasses more and more of the chakras. And once we united all the chakras, we will ask Archangel Michael for protection. Archangel Michael is very good for dealing with black magic, to protect us from black magic. And for that, I will ask you then to repeat the request for him after me. And you can either do that by repeating the words out loud, or you can say them in your mind telepathically. And for the meditation, it is best to sit upright. Okay, so we start with the meditation and center yourselves. Take a deep breath in. And on your out breath, release all the stress. Take another deep breath. And again, on your out breath, you release all the stress. We now start with the meditation. Breathe in light through the center of your heart, opening your heart into a beautiful ball of light. Breathe in light through the center of your heart, allowing the light to expand, encompassing your throat chakra and your solar plexus chakra in one unified field of light, within, through, and around your body. Breathe in light to the center of your heart, allowing the light to expand, encompassing your brow chakra and your navel chakra in one unified field of light, within, through, and around your body. Breathe in light to the center of your heart, allowing the light to expand, encompassing your crown chakra and your base chakra in one unified field of light, within, through, and around your body. Breathe in light to the center of your heart, allowing the light to expand, encompassing your alpha chakra, one hand length above your head, and your omega chakra, one hand length below the base of your spine, in one unified field of light, within, through, and around your body. Allow the waves of Archangel Metatron to move between these 2 points. You are a unity of light. Breathe in light to the center of your heart, allowing the light to expand, encompassing your 8th chakra above your head, and your upper thighs in one unified field of light, within, through, and around your body. Allow your emotional body to merge with your physical fields. You are a unity of light. Breathe in light to the center of your heart, allowing the light to expand, encompassing your 9th chakra above your head, and your lower thighs in one unified field of light, within, through, and around your body. Allow your mental body to merge with your physical fields. You are a unity of light. Breathe in light to the center of your heart, allowing the light to expand, encompassing your 10th chakra above your head, and your knees in one unified field of light, within, through, and around your body. Allow your spiritual body to merge with your physical fields, creating the unified field. You are a unity of light. Breathe in light to the center of your heart, allowing the light to expand, encompassing your 11th chakra above your head and your upper calves in one unified field of light, within, through, and around your body. Allow your oversoul to merge with the unified field. You are a unity of light. Breathe in light to the center of your heart, allowing the light to expand, encompassing your 12th chakra above your head and your lower calves in one unified field of light, within, through, and around your body. Allow the Christ consciousness to merge with the unified field. You are a unity of light. Breathe in light to the center of your heart, allowing the light to expand, encompassing your 13th chakra above your head and your feet in one unified field of light, within, through, and around your body. Allow the I Am Oversoul to merge with the unified field. You are a unity of light. Breathe in light to the center of your heart, allowing the light to expand, encompassing the 14th chakra way above your head and way below your feet, in one unified field of light, within, through, and around your body. Allow the Source's presence to merge throughout the unified field. You are a unity of light. Breathe in light to the center of your heart and ask that the highest level of your spirit radiates forth from the center of your heart, filling this unified field completely, and radiates forth throughout this day. You are a unity of spirit. Now focus on your Omega chakra, which is 1 hand length below the base of your spine, and send a brilliant white ray of light through your body chakras and out of your crown, connecting this ray of light with the higher chakras and sending it further to the source. And now focus again on your Omega chakra, 1 hand length below the base of your spine, and send the white ray of light in the opposite direction, allowing it to anchor in the new earth. Now we will ask Archangel Michael for protection, so please repeat after me. Dear Archangel Michael, please cut all my cords that form part of any misuse of power or of any black magic now. Please create and maintain complete protection for me on this day and beyond. Thank you for this gift of love. It is done. It is done. It is done. So now you can gently come back into your body.